Hello and welcome to Adapulse, the channel that brings you some of the news, some of the handpicked Catalyst proposals, and some of the emerging projects that are coming through the Cardano ecosystem. And remember, we are a publicly funded channel through Catalyst, so there is no coin shilling or paid promotion, just honest, unbiased reporting. Our goal is to educate and introduce newcomers into the space and increase adoption of this amazing community. So please do remember to hit the like button, click subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can get notified as soon as we've got content available. And do share far and wide. We want to reach and introduce as many people as possible, and we cannot do it without your help. Now, we got a big controversial article today as we discuss the beginning of Cardano's governance, which is Project Catalyst. And this is an article by LiberLion, one of the technical writers for the Adapulse team. And I'm Josh, your presenter for today. Let's crack on with this. Voltaire is Cardano's era of blockchain governance, and had its first milestone in September of 2020 with the launch of Fund 1 of Project Catalyst, a kind of an ongoing experiment which aims for decentralized innovation and collaboration within a blockchain ecosystem. Project Catalyst seeks to generate community participation, which through voting can determine the evolution priorities in Cardano. Funds from the blockchain Treasury are allocated to the various winning proposals submitted by the developers who addressed certain challenges. If you want to know how the Cardano Treasury is made up, LiberLion did an article for Adapulse back in March, so that's it's well worth a read. So it could be said that Project Catalyst is like a crowdsourcing project on steroids, if you like. Project Catalyst is divided into a series of funds which roll out approximately every 6 weeks. Fund 1 was the first test without any public participation at all. So in Fund 2, it was the first time that the community presented, debated, and voted on proposals. From then on, new financing rounds followed one after another until now. So we've just completed Fund 9. So check out this image. Until Fund 8, a total of 939 proposals had been awarded for the accumulated rounds, with a total of over $25 million allocated across each round. So a greater amount of development, money going in, as you can see in the graph. In the recently concluded Fund 9, 216 proposals were the winners, with nearly $13 million in prizes, with 10 community challenges selected for Fund 10. Fund 9 had around 365,000 votes cast. Remember, none can cast more than one vote. And that is a 53% increase from Fund 8. So Lilo Nation, a platform with an excellent reputation and provides interesting information, provided this image of accumulated data from the 9 funds. The essence. Anyone can submit a proposal describing how they would approach the challenge. And each proposal focuses on challenges proposed by the Project Catalyst team and are then voted on by the community. Proposals go through a community improvement process where a group of proposal evaluators will check their viability, auditability, and the impact. Once this process is finished, the proposals are then voted on by the community, and the allocated funds will be distributed in ADA to the winning projects. Now, proposals compete within their corresponding challenge with a limit on the amount of funds allocated for that challenge. The winning proposals are those that can gather a number of positive ADA votes, at least 10% higher than the negative ones, and thus sort of position themselves in a ranking to allocate the funds until they're exhausted. In the event that a proposal is well ranked, but its budget exceeds the balance of the challenge, it won't be financed, and the next winner will continue. So basically, let's say a challenge has a budget of $1 million. If my project was $1 million, then I would need to come first to get the money. So if I came second to a project that asked for just $1, The remaining $999,999 would not be enough to cover my proposal, so I will be missed, and the remaining sums will start filtering down to those in third, fourth, and fifth place, etc. The voting system is based on the power of each wallet that subscribes for voting in each fund. So a snapshot of its available funds at a given time are taken prior to voting. A minimum of 500 ADA is currently required in the wallet to be able to register it with each fund. The more ADA the wallet has registered to vote, the more value the decisions made by its owner have. So voting is anonymous, and each holder who votes can have more than one registered wallet. But of course, it doesn't make much sense to divide funds into several wallets, as at the end of the day, power all lies in the amount of total ADA. The system allows the proposals to be voted positively or negatively. This is exclusive since proposals can only be voted in one way. And there is no limit to the number of proposals that you can vote on without losing voting power in each one. Proposals not voted by that wallet are considered as abstentions and don't add or subtract votes. Now, voting participation rewards wallets according to their voting power. I'll add a link to this document in the description below if you want to see the formula calculation for yourself. Project Catalyst's roadmap aims to turn it into a DAO, where not only proposals for particular developments are voted on, but also evolutionary changes to the core development of the blockchain itself. Now, judging by what people have voted on so far, I hope we do wise up a little bit. So the ownership and governance of the network will be in the hands of all the ADA holders. So that will be the ultimate level of decentralization, the highest for Cardano. The process at each fund. IOG chose idea scale to manage Catalyst proposals. The stages of each campaign are as follows. So you've got submit proposals, refine, finalize, assess QA, and then the governance phase. Each round takes a week or two to share knowledge, and anyone with an idea can submit it to the incubator on the platform when there's nothing at stake, no winners, or losers. And if you have an idea and need a team, now is the time. Or just present it for others to develop. By sharing the idea during insight sharing, you can get comments that will serve as feedback to refine the idea before the next phase. Then, for several weeks, proposals are presented in the submit proposals stage, where each one explains the idea and requests funding. Then, the draft and refine stages are developed. Then lastly, it's finalize. In the draft stage, the idea is in preparation. Comments are still open, and proponents can still receive feedback from the community to help them improve their proposal. It also allows people with similar ideas or complementary skills to join forces and become co-authors of a unique proposal together. In the finalized stage, new proposals are not accepted, but proposers that do have one up have a few days to polish and edit their draft. Then it moves on to the assess stage, which takes a few weeks and has two parts. So first, the community advisors, so that's CAs, evaluate the proposals with a maximum of 5-star rating. Then the veteran community advisors, or VCAs, review the work of the assessors and rate the evaluations as excellent or good or withdraw. The CAs evaluate the proposals in 3 categories. First of all, there's impact. Basically, if it meets and has impact on the proposed challenge. Then there's feasibility. So it checks if the proposing team has a plan, budget, schedule, and the necessary skills to actually do the work. And then finally, auditability. So evaluates if the results are defined and whether they are measurable. So each of these 3 categories gets its own rating, along with a written explanation of the rater's reasoning. These ratings and feedback are invaluable to proponents who may not win funding the first time, but may come back in future funding with then stronger proposals based on the feedback they receive. Loads of great projects didn't win first time round, but came back stronger the next time, like Stoic's staking DAO, or even the good old Adapulse. CAs are paid for the work they do based on the quantity and quality of their qualifications. I'll include a link to the community advisor guide for those who want more details on that. VCAs rate the raters and look for checks and balances to hold CAs accountable for doing a good job. Because since CAs are paid for their reviews, there's motivation to do lots, but you can't do thousands or even hundreds of thoughtful, well-reasoned reviews during the brief review window. So VCAs trap CAs that try to game the system with copy and paste or meaningless evaluations. So junk assessments are removed, reasonable evaluations are rated, like either good or excellent. I should add, VCAs are also paid for their work. And the last stage obviously is then voting. So the distribution of funds to the winning proponents is carried out in stages according to the fulfillment of the roadmap of each one. If you want to see the official reports of each fund, I'll include a link to it in the description below. Who runs Project Catalyst? Even ideas for decentralized systems must start with some degree of centralization. Now, Input-Output Global, or IOG as it's generally known, which is one of the founding entities of Cardano, is currently running Project Catalyst. The first rounds were centrally defined by IOG. Now, over the course of each, subsequent round, as the different parameters of the experiment are adjusted, it will become more and more decentralized. Without much information about it, it is known that the keys to the Cardano Treasury are distributed among the three companies that carry out the blockchain: IOG, Emergo, and Cardano Foundation. So, this is necessary when distributing the funds among the winning proposals. Now, we couldn't find any official information, but LiberLion discovered that there are 7 keys, of which 3 keys are held by IOG, 2 by the Foundation, and 2 by Emergo. On the other hand, there are some rumours that the 2 keys of the Foundation were given to IOG. As I said, we can't confirm that officially, so, take that as you will. Anyway, here's an image of the Catalyst IOG team. See, some people are just letters, it seems. Seriously, Tim Harrison doesn't have a photo. What's that about? One of the most photographed people in IOG doesn't have a photo. But yeah, you see Daniel Rebar has the same photo as ever. Come on, Daniel. Mix it up a little bit. No, I'm just playing, guys. It's all good. Now, to begin moving other leadership functions to a more decentralized model, there's the Catalyst Circle. I'll whack a link in the description below because it is well worth a read. This group is made up of representatives from all the different sectors of the ecosystem. So we have voters, proponents, developers, IOG, the Foundation, and whatever. These representatives are elected by their constituent group and serve for just a short time. They meet to bring the various points of view and look for solutions and identify which parameters of the experiment need to be adjusted. Project criticisms. Catalyst project is about governance, so discussion and debate generally revolves around on how to address the issues of blockchain, like developments and incentives involved to evolve it. And that's natural. And it's also a good thing. The community must be involved, to promote decentralization, which obviously requires, a number of participants. Without criticism, it's impossible to evolve in the right direction. The more discussion we have, the more ideas that emerge from it. And people have critiques from lots of different angles at Catalyst. So some are discussing which democratic system is the best. Some say votes should be unique per person, or, as is the current one, it's better that votes are qualified by ADA funds. And we call that skin in the game. And the idea being, so if you have more ADA, you're more invested in its future and will vote accordingly. And other debates are ongoing as well. Some aren't happy with the lack of transparency in the distribution of funds to developers who won their proposals, while others just aren't happy with the evaluations of proposals by the CAs and VCAs. Now, so here's some of the tweets from the community, so you can see, just get an idea of what people are saying. So with regards to finance, check this out. We have Cardano ambassador Fabian, who said, we definitely need an improved process in Catalyst to find and identify projects with bad intentions. There are many already funded proposals that have received the money, but in reality have delivered nothing or not what they promised to deliver. Jarek Herniak from Axo tweeted this regarding the dangers of voting with money. Perpetual money machine. 1. Borrow 200 million ADA. 2. Vote in Catalyst for your proposals. Downvote everything else. 3. Pay back the loan. 4. Bro down. Does one even need to say why voting with money is a silly? Yeah. Now, I did make a joke about borrowing 200 million ADA, but check out his response. 200 million ADA loans are 100% possible today and 2 years ago. How do you think BlockFi, Celsius and Voyager were offering staking rewards? They were loaning all crypto away and sharing the profits. So, there's something to think about. There's also the discussion about who participates in the voting. So firstly, we have a nice poll from good veteran Rick McCracken. And he's basically asking, should Cardano Foundation vote in Catalyst? And, judging by that, it looks like the community said no. So, there's that. But back to Jarek. I mean, he really ripped into them here with this thread, really attacking the format of governance, audit, and the challenges that developers face. 1. Build your own idea scale, for fuck's sake. 2. Remove categories, add tagging, allow people to search by tags. 3. Cut funding funnel to 1 to 2 weeks max, or even make it continuous. But he did also go on to say, 4. Bring a panel of experts to judge. Provide a real VC training, how investing works. What are the goals of Catalyst? 5. Be proactive. Reach out to projects that are good for the ecosystem and offer support. There's a ton of projects doing work for free that could accelerate when funded. 6. Stop projects listing everything there is on the page. It's giving all the edge of the idea away without even knowledge if the funding is even going to be released. Then 7. Pay up front or in agreed tranches, so allow projects to manage the funds. And there's also one winning project that got a lot of people talking, Daedalus Turbo. It obtained a whopping $759,000 for which it proposed to make Daedalus wallet 10 times faster, arousing controversy among the voters. He, or they, whatever, got the vote of 2,000 unique wallets, getting 4th place. Now let's see some of the comments. Suraj says the proposal Daedalus Turbo is actually infeasible in the current state, which got funded. The step involved in the Project Catalyst to prevent such an event is the proposal finalizing stage, where veteran proposal assessors, that's the VPAs, give green light to proposals for voting stage. Even Charles Hoskinson himself has commented on it. And here's a few snippets from what he said.
So today is September 27th, 2022. I wanted to make a quick video to talk about a idea scale proposal that I believe is passed called Daedalus Turbo. We don't have a sync problem. You get with the network protocol, the way it's designed, information as fast as you can. This is not something BitTorrent is going to solve because you can get the blocks. You can have a snapshot of the blocks, but you still have to do the validation. Okay. But again, you have to verify cryptographic operations, and these are transitive. So you have to do a sweep of the entire history unless you short circuit the cryptographic operations. There's a lot here, and it seems to be a decent team. So just let people know there is a plan to make Daedalus a lot faster, and that's Mithril. Mithril allows parallel validation of epochs, and then you can utilize a lot of these computer science techniques that Alex is talking about. And Daedalus Turbo, I understand the need, but people do not understand you're running a server, you're running a database, and you're running all the wallet infrastructure. It's a full node. It's a very heavy artifact. There is no silver bullet unless you introduce new cryptography with different security assumptions to make it much faster, or else we would have done that. But you have to understand this is not unique to Cardano. This is literally the user experience of all cryptocurrencies that are real cryptocurrencies, because a full node is everything. It's a server, it's a database, it's a wallet, it's the whole stack, and it has a lot going on under the hood. While running Daedalus, you are running a full copy of Cardano. You have the DNA of Cardano in that code base, and any one of these nodes could restore Cardano in that respect.
As of Fund 9, IOG has presented certain requirements for the distribution of funds. And Conrad had this to say: "We just received the Fund 9 onboarding document. Good luck to the Daedalus Turbo proposal in clearing certain milestones to get funded. This is how we win. We adapt. IOG and Catalyst are doing just that. Hats off to you, Input Output HK, and the entire Catalyst team." Final words. All developments can be improved, and Project Catalyst is by all means no exception at all. From decentralization to the voting system, through advisor evaluations to auditing and the distribution of funds, Catalyst can and should be improved to provide the transparency that the management of public money deserves, which is obtained in each epoch. The scientific rigor that characterizes IOG for the development of the Cardano blockchain must be used in Catalyst, and the community can't be left out in participating in the ongoing debate in the construction of the best governance system in Cardano. And that brings us to the end of the article for today. So do remember, the full article can be found on the Adapulse website, along with all the other articles that we don't get time to make videos for. And remember, we're publicly funded to bring you unbiased, honest, and independent news reporting. So do click the like button, hit subscribe, and get that bell notification so you get notified as soon as we got content available. And do share. Remember, we want to reach and educate as many people as possible, bringing them in to this awesome, this awesome community. And if you have any comments, do leave them below. We really want to hear what you guys are thinking, and it's good for our algorithms as well. But that's it. I'm Josh, your presenter for today. We're Adapulse. Thank you. See you next time.